Imagine waking up one morning and finding that the body you once took for granted has begun to betray you. You notice in the subtle aches that never seem to go away, the gradual loss of strength, or even the cognitive lapses that weren't there before. Aging isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about the health challenges that come with each passing year. It's the kind of thing most of us ignore until it starts to knock on the door, and when it does, we wish we'd been more prepared. For those over 65, the reality of declining health can sometimes feel like a slow but unavoidable tide. But here's something you might not know. Certain foods can dramatically impact how you age, either accelerating decline or promoting vitality. Yes, it's true. Nutrition has an incredible influence on our bodies as we age. Among the foods that can have a surprisingly negative effect are certain types of nuts. While many might consider nuts a healthy snack, there are actually 4 varieties that could pose hidden dangers to your health after 65. These nuts, which may seem harmless, can contribute to inflammation, joint pain, and digestive issues that become even more problematic with age. On the other hand, there's hope. There are 4 powerhouse nuts that can help reverse some of the damage done by these problematic varieties. These nuts are rich in essential nutrients that can bolster your cardiovascular health, keep your joints flexible, and even improve brain function. In this article, we'll not only explore which nuts to avoid, but also introduce the powerful alternatives that can significantly enhance your health. Get ready for practical tips and advice to strengthen your body and mind, and empower your aging journey with better choices for nutrition after 65. Why nuts matter in senior nutrition. As we age, the foods we eat play a more crucial role than ever in maintaining our health and vitality. One food group that often gets overlooked, despite its incredible benefits, is nuts. These tiny powerhouses are packed with nutrients that can significantly impact heart, brain, and bone health. 3 areas that demand extra attention as we get older. Nuts provide a wide array of essential nutrients, making them an ideal snack for seniors looking to stay strong and healthy. Rich in healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants, nuts are more than just a crunchy treat. They're a nutritional powerhouse. When it comes to heart health, nuts have long been linked to improved cholesterol levels and better circulation. Their high levels of monounsaturated fats, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants help reduce the risk of heart disease, which is particularly important for those over 65. As the heart ages, it becomes more vulnerable to plaque buildup and narrowing arteries. Eating the right types of nuts can help combat these issues by promoting better blood flow and reducing inflammation. Regular nut consumption is also associated with lower blood pressure and better heart rhythm, both of which are essential for maintaining a healthy cardiovascular system in later years. But the benefits of nuts extend beyond just the heart. Brain health, too, can be greatly supported by the nutrients found in nuts. Many varieties, such as walnuts and almonds, are rich in vitamin E, which has been shown to protect against cognitive decline and support memory function. With the aging brain often experiencing slower processing speeds or even the onset of conditions like dementia, incorporating nuts into a daily diet can provide valuable protection against age-related mental deterioration. Additionally, bones begin to weaken as we grow older, leading to conditions like osteoporosis. Nuts are a rich source of minerals like magnesium, calcium, and phosphorus, which are vital for maintaining bone density and strength. These minerals work together to ensure that bones stay strong and resilient, counteracting the natural bone loss that comes with age. The high fiber content in many nuts also supports digestive health, which becomes increasingly important as we age and may struggle with digestion-related issues. However, while nuts can be incredibly beneficial for seniors, not all nuts are created equal. The types of fats, vitamins, and minerals found in various varieties can differ significantly, meaning that some nuts may be better suited for older adults than others. This is where it becomes important to choose carefully. What works for one person may not be the best choice for another. In the next section, we'll take a closer look at the specific nuts that could be more harmful than helpful and why selecting the right nuts is essential for a healthy aging process. The 4 nuts to never eat after 65. As much as nuts are known for their health benefits, not all varieties are ideal for seniors. Some nuts, although often praised for their nutrient density, can actually accelerate aging or cause health complications when consumed regularly, especially after 65. Understanding why certain nuts should be avoided can make all the difference in maintaining optimal health during your later years. Here, we explore 4 specific nuts that may harm rather than help, particularly as the body's needs and tolerances change with age. Almonds, high oxalate content impacting kidney function. Almonds, often celebrated as one of the healthiest nuts, carry a hidden risk for older adults, particularly those with a history of kidney problems or those at risk of developing kidney stones. Almonds are high in oxalates, naturally occurring compounds found in various foods. When consumed in excess, oxalates can bind with calcium in the body to form calcium oxalate crystals, which are a major component of kidney stones. This is a concern for seniors, as kidney function tends to decline with age, making it harder for the kidneys to filter out excess oxalates. For older adults, consuming almonds regularly can increase the risk of kidney stone formation, especially if the person is prone to urinary tract infections or already has compromised kidney health. The presence of oxalates in almonds also complicates calcium absorption, which is vital for bone health in seniors. With bones naturally weakening with age, the inability to properly absorb calcium can exacerbate bone density loss, leading to conditions like osteoporosis. Therefore, despite their many benefits, seniors should moderate their intake of almonds to avoid the risk of kidney stones and compromised calcium absorption. Peanuts, aflatoxin risk and inflammatory omega-6 ratio. Peanuts, while widely consumed and often considered a healthy snack, present a distinct set of risks for seniors, particularly due to their potential for aflatoxin contamination and their omega-6 fatty acid content. Aflatoxins are toxic compounds produced by certain molds that can grow on peanuts when they are improperly stored or processed. These toxins are carcinogenic, and their presence in peanuts is a particular concern for older adults, whose immune systems may be less equipped to deal with such toxins. Aside from aflatoxin risk, peanuts have a relatively high ratio of omega-6 fatty acids compared to omega-3s. This imbalance is problematic because the typical Western diet already contains an excessive amount of omega-6, which can promote inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is linked to a variety of age-related conditions, including arthritis, heart disease, and cognitive decline. For seniors, the consumption of peanuts may exacerbate these issues by contributing to an inflammatory state that accelerates the aging process and worsens existing health problems. As a result, seniors are better off choosing nuts with a more favorable omega-3 to omega-6 ratio for long-term health. Brazil nuts, excess selenium and thyroid overdrive. Brazil nuts are renowned for their high selenium content, an essential mineral that plays a key role in antioxidant defense and thyroid function. However, consuming Brazil nuts regularly can lead to an overabundance of selenium, which can have adverse effects, especially on thyroid health. The thyroid gland, which regulates metabolism, becomes more sensitive to selenium as we age, and excessive intake can overstimulate the thyroid, potentially leading to hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism in seniors can cause a range of symptoms, including unintentional weight loss, increased heart rate, and difficulty sleeping. The overstimulation of the thyroid can also lead to bone loss, putting older adults at a greater risk of fractures and osteoporosis. In some cases, excessive selenium intake can cause toxicity, leading to symptoms such as nausea, fatigue, and hair loss. While selenium is crucial for maintaining health, the high concentration found in Brazil nuts makes them a risky choice for seniors when consumed in large quantities. A single Brazil nut can contain more than the daily recommended intake of selenium, so it's easy for seniors to unintentionally consume too much. Moderation is key when it comes to these nuts. Macadamias, calorie density and blood sugar spikes in seniors. Macadamia nuts are often touted for their creamy texture and high fat content, which makes them a delicious snack for many. However, for seniors, particularly those managing their weight or blood sugar levels, macadamias pose certain challenges. These nuts are extremely calorie-dense, which can be problematic for seniors who may have slower metabolisms or reduced physical activity. As calorie-dense foods, macadamias can contribute to weight gain if consumed in large quantities, and since metabolism tends to slow with age, this can lead to unwanted weight accumulation. Additionally, macadamia nuts have a high glycemic load, which can cause spikes in blood sugar levels. For seniors with diabetes or prediabetes, this is particularly concerning as blood sugar control becomes more difficult with age. Blood sugar spikes can lead to a range of complications, including nerve damage, increased risk of cardiovascular disease, and poor wound healing. The high-fat content in macadamias, while beneficial in moderation, can also affect insulin sensitivity when consumed in excess, leading to further blood sugar imbalances. For seniors who need to manage their weight and blood sugar levels carefully, macadamia nuts should be limited to avoid these issues. How these nuts accelerate aging. The effects of aging are rarely caused by a single factor. Instead, they stem from a gradual interplay of internal stressors, many of which are silently fueled by what we eat every day. Among the most damaging forces are chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and the steady slowdown of metabolism. When certain foods amplify these processes, they don't just make us feel older, they actively speed up how quickly our bodies decline. Each of the 4 problematic nuts mentioned earlier contributes to these age-accelerating mechanisms in unique but impactful ways. Almonds, with their high oxalate content, can silently stress the kidneys, leading to chronic discomfort and impaired filtration, a process that becomes increasingly critical as the body ages. The kidneys are key players in maintaining internal balance, and when they're under constant strain, the body accumulates waste and inflammation, compounding fatigue and joint pain. Peanuts, meanwhile, exacerbate systemic inflammation through their high omega-6 fatty acid content. The imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3 fats is a known contributor to cellular inflammation, which, over time, damages tissues, weakens immunity, and erodes joint and brain health. Add to that the lurking risk of aflatoxins, and you have a snack that quietly accelerates oxidative damage on a cellular level. Brazil nuts introduce another threat: selenium overload. While trace amounts can support thyroid function, excess selenium can overstimulate the metabolism, leading to tissue wear, hormonal imbalance, and accelerated bone loss. Macadamias, on the other hand, may seem harmless, yet their calorie density and glycemic impact can lead to blood sugar volatility and unwanted fat gain, both of which disrupt hormonal equilibrium and sap energy reserves. Taken together, these nuts create an internal environment ripe for accelerated aging. But fortunately, aging doesn't have to feel inevitable. The right choices can reverse course. It's time to explore the nuts that heal rather than harm, the alternatives that support longevity from the inside out. The 4 best nuts to eat instead. While certain nuts can quietly accelerate the aging process, others offer an entirely different path, one of repair, support, and longevity. These are the varieties that not only nourish the body, but help restore balance where age tends to chip away. By choosing the right nuts, seniors can protect vital systems, improve energy, and even regain a sense of youthfulness that many believe is lost. Among the best options are 4 standout nuts, each with distinct benefits that support healthy aging from the inside out. Walnuts, rich in EPA-style omega-3s for brain and heart. Few plant-based foods rival the power of walnuts when it comes to supporting the brain and heart. What makes them especially valuable for seniors is their rich content of alpha-linolenic acid, ELA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that the body can convert into EPA, the same type found in fish oil. This makes walnuts a rare and powerful ally for cognitive health. Studies consistently show that ALA supports memory, reduces brain inflammation, and enhances focus, while also lowering the risk of heart disease. For those over 65, these effects are invaluable. With cognitive function and cardiovascular health both under increased pressure, walnuts serve as a daily insurance policy. A small handful, about 7 whole walnuts or 1 ounce, is the perfect portion. They're satisfying, rich in texture, and easy to incorporate into breakfast or midday snack. Try sprinkling chopped walnuts over oatmeal, blending them into smoothies, or simply pairing them with a piece of fruit. The key is consistency. Just a little each day can yield long-term protection for both brain and heart. Hazelnuts, high in antioxidants and vitamin E. As the body ages, oxidative stress becomes a greater threat, attacking cells and speeding up tissue damage. Hazelnuts provide a natural counterbalance, offering one of the highest concentrations of vitamin E found in any nut. This fat-soluble antioxidant acts as a cellular shield, protecting against age-related damage and supporting skin, eye and immune health. But vitamin E is just the beginning. Hazelnuts also offer flavonoids and healthy fats that reinforce heart health and stabilize blood sugar. For seniors, who often experience a natural decline in antioxidant levels, hazelnuts help replenish what time tries to take away. Their smooth flavor and satisfying crunch make them an easy addition to daily routines. A healthy portion is about 1 ounce, roughly 20 whole nuts, roasted or raw. They can be enjoyed on their own, mixed into yogurt, or even finely chopped and added to whole grain toast with a touch of honey. Their versatility makes it easy to integrate them into both sweet and savory meals, offering a steady stream of cell-protective nutrients with every bite. Cashews, magnesium and zinc for muscle and immune health. Strength and resilience aren't just about what you do. They're also about what you eat. For seniors, muscle loss and a weakening immune system can become persistent concerns, and that's where cashews come in. These creamy, mildly sweet nuts are packed with magnesium, a mineral essential for muscle contraction, nerve function, and bone strength. Zinc adds another layer of support by reinforcing immune defenses and aiding in wound healing, both critical in aging bodies that need more time to recover and defend themselves. What sets cashews apart is their unique mineral profile, which directly supports two of the most common vulnerabilities in aging: declining strength and slower immune response. A serving of about 18 cashews, or 1 ounce, delivers meaningful support without overdoing calories. Their soft texture makes them ideal for seniors with sensitive teeth, and they're easy to enjoy in a variety of ways. Toss them into a stir-fry for a plant-based protein boost, blend them into creamy sauces for a dairy-free option, or simply keep a small handful in a jar by the couch for a smart snack between meals. Pistachios, low-calorie, fiber-rich, blood pressure benefits. Of all the nuts available, pistachios are perhaps the most deceptive in the best possible way. Though small, they are densely packed with fiber, plant protein, and potassium, a nutrient combination that helps regulate blood pressure, improve cholesterol levels, and support digestive health. What makes pistachios stand out for seniors is their balance. They offer all the benefits of nuts without the calorie load. In fact, per ounce, pistachios are among the lowest calorie nuts available, making them perfect for those watching their weight. Their fiber content also promotes satiety and supports gut health, which becomes increasingly important as digestion slows with age. And because they're naturally rich in potassium, pistachios help counteract the sodium-heavy foods that can spike blood pressure. The ideal portion is about 49 kernels per serving, more than most nuts, thanks to their lower calorie density. Enjoy them lightly salted or unsalted as a crunchy topping on salads, or even blended into a homemade pesto. Their vibrant green hue and slightly sweet flavor make them as appealing to the eyes as they are to the body. Benefits and nutritional profiles of the good four. Understanding why these 4 nuts are so beneficial for seniors begins with a closer look at their nutrient profiles, and more importantly, how those nutrients interact with the aging body. Each of the good 4 brings something unique to the table, but their true strength lies in how their benefits overlap and complement each other. Walnuts stand out for their alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that plays a key role in reducing inflammation, improving cognitive clarity, and supporting heart health. As seniors face increased risks of memory decline and cardiovascular issues, this nutrient becomes crucial for longevity. Omega-3s also support joint flexibility and emotional well-being, both of which can decline with age if left unchecked. Hazelnuts shine with vitamin E, an antioxidant powerhouse that neutralizes oxidative stress, the cellular damage caused by free radicals. Vitamin E helps maintain skin elasticity, protects vision, and bolsters immune function. For older adults, this means not only looking younger, but staying resilient in the face of everyday immune challenges. Cashews bring in high levels of magnesium and zinc, minerals that work behind the scenes but perform vital functions. Magnesium supports muscle function, nerve communication, and bone strength, all systems that require more support with age. Zinc, on the other hand, enhances immune defenses, promotes efficient wound healing, and supports a healthy sense of taste and smell, which often dull over time. Pistachios contribute dietary fiber and potassium, 2 nutrients that can easily be lacking in senior diets. Fiber regulates digestion, helping to prevent the sluggish gut motility that often comes with aging. It also supports healthy cholesterol and blood sugar levels. Potassium, meanwhile, helps relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and protect against stroke, a silent threat in later years. Together, these nutrients don't just function independently. They enhance one another. Omega-3s work better in an anti-inflammatory environment supported by vitamin E. Magnesium boosts the effectiveness of potassium in managing blood pressure. And fiber helps regulate the absorption of all of the above, ensuring steady, sustained benefit. When combined in thoughtful portions, the good four form a powerful blend that supports aging not just offensively, but proactively, nourishing every major system with elegant synergy. How to incorporate the right nuts safely. Once you've identified the right nuts for your body, the next step is just as important. Figuring out how to enjoy them in ways that are both safe and sustainable. For seniors, who often face dietary sensitivities or fluctuating appetites, even the healthiest food needs to be approached with care. But with a few mindful practices, the good four nuts can become a comforting, nourishing part of your daily rhythm. Portion size is the first consideration, and here, moderation is key. While nuts are nutrient-dense, they're also calorie-rich, so sticking to about an ounce per day, roughly a small handful, is ideal. That's enough to deliver benefits without tipping into excess. For some, rotating the types of nuts across the week rather than consuming them all at once helps maintain digestive comfort and nutrient balance. One day might include a sprinkle of walnuts, the next a portion of pistachios, each nut offering its own set of support, while giving the body time to adjust. Incorporating these nuts into meals doesn't require elaborate cooking. Their flavors and textures lend themselves naturally to simple, satisfying recipes. A spoonful of crushed hazelnuts stirred into warm morning oats can add a rich, earthy depth. Walnuts blended into smoothies, especially with banana, spinach, and a hint of cinnamon, offer a creamy boost to brain and heart health. Cashews are ideal for savory dishes. Try soaking and blending them with garlic and lemon to create a dairy-free cream sauce for vegetables or whole grain pasta. And pistachios, with their subtle sweetness and bright color, make an excellent topping for mixed salads or even Greek yogurt. For those looking to snack smartly, a homemade trail mix, carefully portioned, is a practical option. Combine the four nuts with dried blueberries, a few pumpkin seeds, and perhaps a touch of dark chocolate. This blend not only satisfies cravings, but delivers a powerful mix of antioxidants, minerals, and fiber in one bite. Of course, even with healthy options, attention must be paid to individual sensitivities. Start small when introducing new nuts, especially if allergies are a concern. Lightly roasting or soaking nuts can make them easier to digest and reduce the presence of compounds that sometimes cause bloating. With thoughtful preparation, the benefits of these nuts become not just accessible, but deeply enjoyable, woven gently into the rhythm of everyday life. Common myths. Even as awareness about the health benefits of nuts continues to grow, confusion lingers, especially among older adults trying to make sense of changing dietary needs. Part of the challenge lies in the blanket statements often found in health media, where nuance gets lost in one-size-fits-all claims spread unchecked. To truly make the most of the right nuts, it's essential to sort through some of the most persistent myths and common concerns. One of the most widespread beliefs is that all nuts are equally heart-healthy. It's a comforting notion, but unfortunately, it isn't accurate. While many nuts offer cardiovascular benefits, not all do so in the same way, or at all for certain people. Peanuts, for instance, are often grouped with tree nuts, but are actually legumes, and their inflammatory omega-6 content can outweigh potential benefits in some older adults. On the other hand, walnuts, rich in omega-3s, actively reduce heart inflammation and plaque buildup. Lumping all nuts into the same category can lead to unintended health setbacks, especially for seniors whose systems may no longer compensate as efficiently as they once did. Equally misleading is the idea that more is always better. With something as calorie-dense as nuts, this mindset can easily backfire. It's easy to eat 2 or 3 ounces without realizing it, especially with salted or roasted varieties that encourage snacking. For seniors managing blood sugar, cholesterol, or weight, portion control becomes non-negotiable. A single ounce per day is typically enough to yield benefits without crossing into excess, and rotating varieties keeps the nutrient spectrum balanced. Allergies and sensitivities are another area where caution is key. While severe nut allergies are usually identified earlier in life, mild intolerances can appear or intensify with age. Seniors experiencing new digestive discomfort, sinus issues, or skin flare-ups after eating nuts should consider a short elimination period. Then reintroduce one type at a time to identify the culprit. Sometimes it's not the nut itself but additives like oils or preservatives that trigger symptoms. Lastly, a few common questions often surface. Yes, soaking nuts overnight can improve digestibility. No, you don't need all 4 types every day. Alternating is perfectly fine. Yes, raw nuts are generally better than overly roasted or flavored ones. No, nut butters aren't automatically healthier. And finally, yes, when chosen and portioned wisely, the right nuts can absolutely be a daily foundation for strength and vitality in later life. By now, the difference between the nuts that age you and the ones that strengthen you should be clear. Almonds, peanuts, Brazil nuts, and macadamias, though once considered healthy staples, can accelerate aging in subtle but significant ways, from kidney stress and inflammation to metabolic strain and thyroid disruption. In contrast, the good 4, walnuts, hazelnuts, cashews, and pistachios, offer a gentler, more supportive path for the aging body, providing brain-boosting fats, antioxidant-rich protection, and vital minerals that nourish from within. The shift doesn't have to be overwhelming. Today, simply try swapping out one of the high-risk nuts for a more beneficial choice. Replace a handful of peanuts with a few pistachios, or stir cashews into your next vegetable sauté instead of reaching for almonds. Small steps build lasting habits. As you begin, keep a simple journal of your daily intake and how your body responds. Talk to your doctor or a nutritionist about incorporating these changes, especially if you manage conditions like high blood pressure or kidney concerns. And most importantly, share what you've learned. The choices we make today ripple outward, and by passing this insight on, you may help someone else feel stronger, sharper, and more alive in years to come.